All right, all right, all right. What's going on, Red Door Tavern? Thank y'all so much for coming out tonight. What we're going to start doing every Friday, instead of open mics from now on, they're going to be called Feature Fridays. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, it's serious shit, man. Exactly, Joe Coughlin. Get your name right now. Every Friday, we're going to feature a different comic. So some of the greatest that you've seen in town, they're going to get their own 15 minutes. They're going to do it without notes because they're freaking professionals, okay? That's how we roll around here. And then some of the other comics are going to open up for them. So they're going to get to start doing these little formats. And then in December, we're bringing in a touring comic who's actually out of Knoxville, Tennessee, a really funny guy named Matt Ward. So that's going to be really important. So we're kind of trying to get y'all used to the flow of that by Feature Friday. So are y'all ready? Do you feel good about it? We were watching I Am Legend before the show. Have anybody seen that? Y'all know what I'm talking about? That sci-fi movie with Will Smith. He's the only guy in New York and the zombie apocalypse and stuff. I think people are really, really ready for a zombie apocalypse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think people, yeah, you're looking forward to it, right? Like, I have a zombie apocalypse plan. It's to go to the kitchen where I work, and I'm going to hit this motherfucker that works there in the face with a shovel. And people are going to be like, he's not even a zombie. I'll be like, oh, that is inconsequential right now. I'm going to hit him again with this shovel in the face. Because, like, man, normal people, like, I'm sure you button-down people, y'all are living life different from me. You know what I'm saying? If it's Friday night and I got to host a show, I'm going to eat some mushrooms maybe. I don't know. I don't box myself in. But some of y'all do. Some of y'all just go and do exactly what you're supposed to do. You get up every morning and you go to your shitty little job that you hate and you talk to the shitty little people that you hate and you drive and you get road rage and you just like, you're mad and you're just waiting to go nuts for zombie apocalypse. I know you are. You're just going to grab a shotgun and shoot people in the face all day long because you're like, I've been waiting for this. I hated my life before, but now, yeah. Some of y'all are looking at me like, that's not what I'm going to do. You lying. You women are especially just waiting for the moment to go crazy. Y'all just cannot wait to flip shit. If somebody right now was like, there's no rules, whatever you say right now, you can just fucking lose your mind. Come on. There's lots of things you'd want to say. Why didn't you ever love me, Mom? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just go way back, you know, yell at your fourth grade friend for telling the crush you liked them. I don't know. You just lose your shit. It's good that way. All right, so tonight, I'm just warming you up. See how this works? I get you all nice and warm. You're in a good place. You feeling good? Yeah! You know what really helps that? Alcohol. You know what I'm saying? That's why they have those dogs with the whiskey barrels and the way up mountains. You know what I'm saying? Like, alcohol has healing properties, so please go get you some wine or some fabulous beer, and let's enjoy a fabulous show. Are you ready, people? I pride myself on like hand-picking the comics that come up on Feature Fridays. Like, you don't just get to come to one of my open mics because you can hold a mic in your hand. You actually have to be really, really talented. So I like to call these like privately like no-tat Fridays. You're not going to get any bullshit tonight. It's just nothing but good comics that you're going to enjoy. So I'm so excited to bring it to you. So, bringing up this first comic. He's a newer comic, but man, he has blown me away with his talent. He is so quick-witted. He's just an awesome guy. Please, put your hands together and give it up for Topher Riddle, everybody. Topher, I stumbled on your name, dude. I'm sorry. Goodness.
Thanks everybody, and thanks Jenn for the hug. I am a hugger. I'm a whore for hugs. I'm a bit of a hug whore. I'm a whore hugger. No, not that last one. I'm not that. I'm excited. There are a lot of ladies in the crowd tonight, and Merlin. A lot of ladies in Merlin. A lot of ladies in the crowd tonight. You know, tonight, I just, because there are a lot of you here, if I get too drunk to drive home at the end of the night, if any of you would be willing to give me a ride home, I would be willing to make it up to you by disappointing you sexually. So, and I'm pretty persistent. I won't stop until I hear a woman say that magical phrase that I love to hear, and that magic phrase is, fine. You know, so. Hopefully it'll go better tonight than it did last weekend, because last weekend I spent the entire night hitting on a bartender, and she turned out to be a lesbian, which is fine. I love lesbians. I love them. I don't, if any of you were here last time I performed on a Friday night, then, like I talked a little bit about lesbian stuff last time, and I don't mean to do like a recurring theme, but I'm curious about something. Are there any lesbians in the crowd tonight that can help me out with? Oh, thank you, because I was about to have to get rid of like 3 minutes of my set if that didn't go. I have a question for the lesbians. Like I was hitting on that girl and had no idea she was a lesbian. Do you guys just know? Like do you just sense it? Like you just sense that other lesbians are in the room? Like Immortals in the Highlander movie series? Like the way they can just feel that there's another immortal in the room? Like are you guys like walking down the street and stop and go, there's another lesbian here. I can feel it. And then just like in Highlander, you guys do whatever your version of fighting each other with blades would be, which I guess that would be scissoring, right? So, the last girl that I dated, while we were going out, she was bisexual. I was never lucky enough to benefit from the scenario that could lead to. But she was bisexual while we dated, and then as soon as we broke up, she went full-on lady gay, and I was a little messed up in the head, and I thought, oh, maybe I can get her back. I wasn't thinking straight. I was like, maybe I can get her back if I become a lesbian, And I thought, oh, I should do some research. So I went to the internet, and I watched a lot of what I like to call educational films, and I passed the written exam with flying colors, but then I failed the physical exam because I had too many penises. I had one too many penises, and so 6 weeks at the academy for nothing, is what I'm saying. I don't have any sort of segue to get from lesbians to this next joke about my mom, so... but yeah, I realized the other day that my mom is allergic to chocolate, and I say that because I've been trying to figure out the nicest possible way to call her a racist. But she is that. She is a racist. Swears that she's not. She's one of those. She doesn't think she's a racist. She'll start a sentence with, "I'm not a racist, but," and then she'll finish it with something really, really, like she'll say, "I'm not a racist, but Asians give me the creeps," or "I'm not a racist, but if it ain't white, it ain't right." Like swears she's not a racist, but an awful lot of her tweets end with #white power. That's all I'm saying. But she raised us. She raised me and my sister didn't turn out racist, but I don't think my sister possibly could be a racist because, a few weeks ago, we ordered pizza, and we got it with green peppers on it, and my sister said, "Why do they call these green peppers if they're not green?" And that's when we realized that my sister is colorblind, and so we had to put her down. And I couldn't possibly be racist because I have a black friend. That's a joke. I don't have a black friend. I have more than a black friend. I have 3 black friends, but I can't tell them apart because they're triplets, not because I'm a racist. Yeah, I realized not too long ago that when I was a kid, I watched a whole lot of movies, and a lot of the things that I knew as a kid were based on movies that I had seen. And I remember when I was a kid, I remember any movie where I saw somebody who was addicted to drugs, they always had a belt wrapped around their arm. And so I always thought, oh, I guess if you're on drugs, you have to have a belt wrapped around your arm, like it's part of some junky uniform. And I remember one time I was at the store with my dad, and we ran into a friend of his, and he was acting really weird, like a lot of sniffling. And after he left, I was like, Dad, what was up with that guy? And my dad goes, oh, son, I don't want to lie to you. He was on drugs. And I was like, oh, Dad, you stupid man. Like, he was clearly not on drugs, because if he was on drugs, he would have a belt wrapped around his arm to let all of us know that he's on drugs. And then I remember one day at school, my friend Aaron was like, yeah, my dad got really mad the other day, and he got the belt out. And I was like, oh my God, what did you do that was so bad that you drove your dad to drugs? And then my friend was like, you see this? This is what you get in my house when you spill paint in the garage. That didn't happen. That last part didn't happen. That's from the Breakfast Club. But I guess what I'm saying is I saw way too many movies when I was a kid. My family, we went to the movies a lot. This girl that I was kind of seeing recently, it's completely different. She hasn't seen very many movies. Her family never really went to the movies. And the ones that she has seen, she's terrible at describing. Like when I met her, I asked her what her favorite movie was, and she said, oh, I don't know. I don't know the name of it, but it's about these 3 guys who are best friends, and they live on an island, and they go on a fishing trip together. And I had no idea what movie she was talking about. And then we were at my apartment watching TV, and I was flipping through channels, and she goes, oh, wait, go back. You skipped it. That was the movie I was telling you about. It's on. So I went back a few channels, and I looked at the TV, and I looked at her, and I looked at the TV, and I looked at her, and I was like, so when you said the movie was about 3 best friends who live on an island and go fishing together, Jaws? Jaws was the movie that you were talking about? Seriously? Why didn't you just say shark? If you had just said the word shark, I guarantee you my first guess would have been Jaws. And she goes, I forgot that it had a shark in it. How do you forget that there's a shark in Jaws? That's like saying, oh, I forgot that there were snakes in Snakes on a Plane. Or I forgot about all those ghosts in the movie Ghost. Wow, that's not how I thought that would go. So just pretend I ended it on one of the really good ones. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, good night.
Keep it going for Topher Riddle, everybody. What did I tell you? Was he not amazing? He was amazing, wasn't he? Topher, I like the things you talk about when you talk about lesbians. That you had me until scissoring. You lost me there. You lost all the lesbians. That's like one of the things that people always say to you, you know what I mean? Like they know nothing about lesbianism, but they seen on a movie one time that people scissor. Did you see him again? Did you get to see him again?
She did.
She did. I'm glad she got to see y'all again. She was fucking happy about that shit, man.
She was.
I know. I love y'all pretty people. You're like the prettiest straight people I've ever seen in my life. You're like the cooler version of Duck Dynasty. You know? You're like got a beard, but you're not boring the shit out of me, and you're wearing a Thrasher shirt. I like that. It's better than camouflage. I don't understand why everything in the South has to be freaking camouflage. Like, why is the trim on your F-150 camouflage? Are the deer out there like, dude, is that a truck? I don't know, I can't see the trim. Like, they make everything camouflage. They make the gun camouflage, the clothes. They make beer camouflage. Like, you want to set drunk people out there with, you know what I'm saying, with guns and camouflage beer. You know there's just some redneck somewhere like, baby, you got to come get me again. No, I can't find Leroy. No, I can't find my guns. No, we can't find the beer. If I can find the beer, I can find Leroy. Now you come out here and you get me and we're going to find the damn shit that I left in the woods. I can't find it because I'm drunk. Anyways, Topher was talking about the lesbians. I just wanted to say one thing about that. Topher, a lot of them are daywalkers. You're familiar with a lesbian daywalker? They look just like you straight people. You can't tell them apart. I like to date one because that way you can get directions and things you need from strangers. Strangers don't tell me things. Like, I can't ask somebody what time it is. I'm going to frighten them. So I just send my girlfriend over. I'm like, baby, go over there. We need some information. We are very lost. Go ask the nice people how we get out of here, okay? They don't know you're gay. All right. So, good. All right. Everybody ready? Are you ready to see another fabulous comic? Yeah. Are you ready? Yes. Make some noise. God, y'all are as awesome as you are pretty. That's what I'm talking about. This next comic, y'all, he is not only one of my favorite comics, he's actually one of my favorite people. He is very smart, he is very quirky, and he is fucking awesome. Please give it up for Daniel the Renedo. Renedo!
So, I used to think my mom was a bitch. Then we found out she just had thyroid cancer. It's fine. No, she's fine. It's fine. She's dead. That's fine by me. It's not true, guys. That's totally not true. Why would you think that I would say something like that at a comedy show? That's not true. She's alive and very disappointed in me. I mean, she tried to do right. She tried to raise me in the church. She brought up Presbyterian on her side, racist on my dad's. That made me an atheist. But I'm not one of those, I'm not like big into the atheist community, so when people find out, they're all like, oh, they treat it as if I just told them I don't like chocolate. Oh, you don't like Jesus? But he's so good. Especially with nougat. Do you guys remember getting the talk? Talk about sexing and stuff? Condoms and things? Yeah, I didn't really get that talk. No. I think the closest thing I ever got to that was when my dad took me to go see Waterworld. Okay, a lot of people don't know what Waterworld is. That's fine. That's cool. It was a very bad movie with Kevin Costner in it. It also had Jean Triplehorn, a very, very pretty lady. And you get to see her naked buttocks for like five-ish seconds. And that was a pretty big deal for me back then. I got to see that with my dad. Afterwards, he sort of took me aside and said, you know, if you have any questions about that scene, you can ask me. No, I couldn't! That movie came out in 1995. I was 10 years old. I still thought the vagina was like on the pubic mound like a wall socket you just walked into. Dad, we don't have that kind of relationship. I'm sorry. So that was pretty much got all of my sex education after that from porn, like most of the people in my generation. Until my mom found out, and then we had her version of the sex talk, which was just a lot of screaming and crying and, you're gonna grow up to be a sex pervert. I mean, she was right, but Jesus. Oh, it's a wonder that I have a girlfriend. I have a girlfriend. That's weird, right? I have a girlfriend. And when we first started dating, I had this problem. I don't know exactly how to put this, but I couldn't achieve the male orgasm. It's okay to laugh at that. That's fucking weird. Jesus, making me feel all uncomfortable. But no, I couldn't come. There was something weird. We tried everything. She would dress up as Pee Wee Herman and I'd dress up as Cherry, and she would just sit on me while I tried to guess the word of the day. She'd dress up like Benjamin Franklin and tie a kite to my wiener and fly it out in a thunderstorm. Shocking. Yeah. But I found out eventually, like a couple months after we started dating and everything, that the reason I couldn't come was I have horrible depression. And apparently, when you're on antidepressants, makes it kind of hard to come. Makes it hard to come to jizzle everywhere. It makes it very hard to do that. And I went out and I was so relieved. And I told my friend, I'm like, oh my God, this thing has been weighing on my mind. And he's like, dude, so you can't come? I mean, you can fuck her all night, bro. Yeah. Yeah, Keanu, that's exactly what that means. It's fucking awesome, except for when I want to come! Which is quite often. I'm still with her. I'm still with the girl that I made that joke about, despite making that joke about that girl. And we still have problems. All relationships have problems. I mean, it's a shame because I just got comfortable farting around her during sex. You know what I think the problem is? I think the problem is that, men have more fast twitch muscles and women control the media. Oh no, that's the blacks and the Jews. I'm sorry. Oh. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about writing a book about our relationship. I'm going to call it Love in the Time of Clonopin. Thank you. You know, she's a kind of neurotic, bookish type, and he's a fuck demon for planet Xenu who comes to Earth to take over by coming on everything. And they fall in love by sending mixtapes through a magical boombox, back and forth through time. Oh yeah, they live 1,000 years apart. You didn't know that, did you? Oh, yeah. Boombox is going to be voiced by Whoopi Goldberg. In my book. So depression's a weird thing, right? I mean, like 1 in 10 people that you meet that they have depression, so you can kind of tell, like Highlander, the Quickening. You just look at them from across the bar and you're like, yeah, you get it. 5 in 10, they try to be very supportive. You're depressed. That's like when you go to get ice cream out of your freezer and all you have is sherbet. Only like all the time? That must be awful. 3 in 10 think it's contagious. And they don't want to be around you, which is fine with me because I don't like stupid people. 1 in 10, like the last one, the final person, they generally think that you're trying to manipulate them into doing something. You're trying to trick them or something like that. Oh, what? So you're sad? What do you want me to do about it? Nothing, Mom. I'm just trying to tell you how I feel. What? Are you trying to say it's my fault? Did I do something? No, I just want you to know why I am the way I am. I just feel that you're trying to manipulate me into doing something that I don't want to do. Yeah, Mom, I am. I'm trying to trick you into loving me. My name's Daniel Renedo. Thank you very much.
going for Daniel Renedo, everybody. He's as well dressed as he is funny, isn't he? I love that guy. He's good people. He's hilarious. All right, is everybody having fun? Are you drinking lots of beer and wine? Drinking lots of beer is kind of a hobby or a pastime of this next comic. That's all we ever say about him. That and we fuck up his name a lot because that feels respectful in a lot of ways. He swears he told me how to say it, but I mean, don't wait till I'm like shithouse to be like, hey, you're saying my name wrong. I'm like, yeah, whatever, Bob. I'll get it right the next time, brother. I'm important, you're drunk, and I don't know your name. I'm just kidding. This next comic, y'all, he is new, but he is so funny, man. Like, everybody just loves him. He's awesome. He is, like, not only a funny person, but he's an amazing guy on top of that. You know what I mean? Like, you meet him and you're like, friend. He kind of reminds me, like, Joe is like, he's like Harry and the Hendersons. Y'all seen Harry and the Hendersons? At first, they're scared of Harry because they don't know what he's capable of. But then they realize he's their friend, man. And I'm never letting you go back to the forest again. Please give it up for the mighty Joe Coughlin!
Oh, the lesbian keeps forgetting the cock part of my name. What's up with that, you know? Topher, we should have talked about the two fat guys wearing the same fucking suit. That's a bit awkward. Thanks all you beautiful people for coming out. And Merlin, thank you too, baby. Good. God damn it, if you this will probably reach if I throw it. I will scorpion your ass. But anyway, to preface, if you will, I don't want you to be offended by any of my jokes, all right? Like, I do a couple dead baby jokes. It's not your fault you left them in the car. Fuck, don't blame me. God damn it. We do this at a lot of places. Here, people love us because we have a great crowd. Sometimes people don't fucking want us there because we just kind of show up and start doing our comedy. And I was in the middle of a set one time, and this chick at the bar was like, "This isn't a fucking comedy club." And I was like, "It's not a fucking whorehouse either, but you showed up, didn't you, sweetie?" And I am a comic. I've got this little black book that I write my shit in because I'm crazy. And people don't like seeing that. People don't like seeing a giant just sitting in the corner of the bar writing shit down in his little black book. This chick walked up and she's like, "What are you writing?" I was like, "I'm a comedian. I just kind of watch shit and make a joke and everything." She's like, "Tell me a joke." And I was like, I can't, you can't just tell a joke as a comedian. You have like premise and all this build up to it, and she just wouldn't shut up. Just tell me a joke, tell me a joke, tell me a joke. So I was like, "Fine, fuck it. I just made one up." And I was like, "I like my women like I like my coffee. To shut the fuck up." And it worked. She went away. I hate hot bitches. They suck. Wish I was gay. It's not a choice, by the way. I would choose that choice every year. I'd check that box off every time. Yep, gay up. Re-upping on gay. I'll be gay again. It's awesome. It's fucking great. Having a dick sucks. Ladies, just so you know, it's not like, yeah, go talk to that, fuck it. No, dick is like Braveheart, all right? You walk up and it's like, "Oh, that's an attractive woman right there." Nah, I can't do it. And dick's like, "Yeah, fight and you may die. Run and you'll live. For a while. But how much would you give to come back to this day on your deathbed and walk up to that bitch and be like, 'Hey, my name's Joe.'" And then you walk up and you say it and it's like, "This is my boyfriend." And Dick's like, "Burn him down!" Shut up, Dick. I think I'd be a great girlfriend. That'd be awesome, you know? "Hey, where do you want to eat?" "There." Done. Conversation over. Afterward, I'd be like, "Oh, your favorite movie's on? I'm going to shut the fuck up then." And when you're gay, I don't think there's a lot of surprise babies, you know? It's not just like, "Oh, dude, fuck it, I got blackout, and then I signed like 5 months of paperwork, and I don't know what happened. Now there's this kid here." I'd still abort that little fucker, though. Oh, yeah, it's for the good of the people, all right? The world doesn't need any more giant drunks. I'm pretty sure we're good on people just being like, "Fuck all this shit!" Nah. But, well, that didn't work as well. Moving on, Noah. Hey, I want you to build a ship. You're the only person in the world that gets to live. You're the only holy one left. Well, that's a grand man right there. The only human gets to build this huge ark and survive, him and his wife. Great man. He's kind of a shitty friend, though, isn't he? Hey, Noah, what you working on, man? Don't worry about it, Steve. You know, they're the assholes walking by like, oh, look at that dick. That boat's too big, asshole. It's like, it's getting pretty fucking cloudy, isn't it? What do you mean? Just walking around building things, steps on unicorn shit. You know what? Never again. Fuck that. Drinking time. Oh, the next one is being a drunk. That's funny. So I do drink too much. I know that. All my friends tell me all the time, and I'm usually just like, but you know, what are you gonna do? I was drinking one time after a show. I tend to get kind of drunk after these things, and one of my friends bought me a taxi, and I went and I sat down in a taxi, and I was like, hey, thanks for taking care of me. But it sounded a lot like, fuck you! Ended up back in the bar. Don't know what happened there. I was riding home, this is a true story, I was riding home in a truck last week, and I was sitting on the side of the truck, and we were just about home, and I was like, I want to play scuba! And I just flipped backward, busted my ass. We weren't that fast, we were like 10, but I remember it. I don't remember anything other than that, but when you fall out of a moving truck, you're like, wait, did I fall out of a truck last night? I definitely fell out of a fucking truck last night. I've been told that I'm such a drunk that hanging out with me, you get to say certain things that you never ever get to say. Like one time, I was hanging out at Grayson Highlands with my buddies, and there's a bunch of little miniature ponies out there. And I was going out and I was hanging out with the ponies, and I was petting them, and they fucking bit me. And it hurt. So I punched him in his stupid fucking head. And my buddy turned around. The only reason my buddy knew what was going on because he turned back. So I was like, fuck you, pony! And then he got to say, Joe, stop fighting that fucking pony! I afforded him that option, you know? You never get to say that in your life. Shit. But Drunk Joe is a nice guy. He's a happy man. The only problem is, Drunk Joe hates Future Joe. Drunk Joe is an asshole to Future Joe. Give me all your fucking money, bitch. What? I need this for tomorrow. Shut up. Eat this. That's 15 tacos. Shut the fuck up and eat it. I told all your friends that you think they're an asshole. Why did you do that? I love my friends. Later on, I'm gonna piss in your bed. Don't do that. Shut the fuck up. Go to sleep. I'm gonna go call your ex-girlfriend. All right, that's all I got, guys.
Give it up for Mighty Joe Coughlin. Cock. I'll say that word. I'm not ashamed of it. It's a really cool word. Why do y'all get all the cool words? Our words suck, dude. Vagina, that is a weird word. Vagina. I can't, Pussy, it's just synonymous with being a little bitch. The one I really hate is beef curtain. That is so inappropriate. Gross. If you see someone's vagina and you think that, then you should not sleep with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a good precursor right there. The one that I like the best, though, I feel like the one that's the best, like, is snatch.
Yeah.
Snatch, whatever. That is a great fucking word for it, because it will snatch your attention, snatch your time, snatch your money. I mean, tell me snatch is not fucking appropriate. I don't believe it. It just is. All right, so I got another feature, the feature for the night. The guy everybody's came to see. Are you ready? The man. Are you ready? I don't know if you're ready. Ladies, there's a lot of hot ladies here, and this guy in our group, he's the pretty boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the handsome one. He's the one we're going to pimp out to be a model. So, are you ready? All right. Give it up for my man. I love him so much. He's so talented. The one, the only, the fabulous Matt LaBorde. guys are so awesome. Give it up for Jenn. Give it up for Joe. Give it up for Renedo. Give it up for Topher. Y'all are wonderful people. It's going to be fun. I just took the best pregame dump of my life. I am ready for this shit. Oh, man. I feel like I have to mention this because Jenn put it in one of the promos, but I have poofy hair. It's lovely. I love it. In case you hadn't noticed. It actually gets me into a lot of trouble, though. This has ruined most of the relationships in my life. You don't have any idea how many times I've been stuck in the friends with benefits zone. Just all the non-committal sex I could ever want. It's absolutely great. The other problem, it elicits so many no's. Every question I ask in a relationship, no. Hey, baby, can we just stay in tonight and not go out to that awesome orgy? No. Hey, can we just keep it you and me tonight? I don't want any of the Victoria's Secret angels involved. No. That actually didn't happen. Just in case you didn't figure that out, you don't meet a lot of Victoria's Secret angels in Columbia, South Carolina. But the other hair I have is the one on my face. Because it's No Shave November. Clap if you got a beard. Clap if you're a lady with a beard. That's impressive. No, you should be admired. No, this is the most facial hair I have ever had at any point in my life, and it's actually kind of scary because I've been having bouts of blackout masculinity. I woke up yesterday morning with a pheasant in my hand and a hunting license in my pocket, full plaid. I don't own any plaid. I had a John Deere hat on, and there was a pile of fresh chopped firewood in my living room. And then my car was 8 inches higher off the ground with mudding tires. I drive a Subaru Outback. It's way more badass now. I do have a girlfriend. And it's like, yeah, fuck you. Okay, fine, sorry. I have a girlfriend. And she's very lovely. It's a good relationship. I'm incredibly lucky. But there's just one thing she always does, and I just wish she'd stop. She's always asking me, what are you thinking? And it's not that I'm not thinking anything. It's that it's usually really dumb and stupid. Hey, what are you thinking? Oh my God, what if a dog ran for mayor? I wonder what breed would be most successful as a candidate, because we would never elect a Chow in this political climate. The whites aren't ready for the Asians. We could do a German Shepherd. He'd be very, very cute, and he'd be very smart. But he's too scary. He's too much of a hound dog. Maybe a Chihuahua. No. Again, on that race card, that's not going to happen. That just wouldn't be right. And in particular, she asked me, we went on a nice trip to Charleston, and I'm walking down the street. I see a manhole. I'm like, oh my God, look at that manhole. It's wide open. I bet I could dive into that manhole. I bet I could dive into it naked. I bet I could sing one verse from Katy Perry's Roar before I made it into the manhole naked. You know what? I bet if I stacked up 2 of these barriers around the manhole, I could dive over that, maybe even get a flip and an extra verse in before I make it into the manhole. I wonder if I could Vine this shit. Could I fit all of that entertainment into 6 seconds before I make it into the manhole? Could I hashtag enough hashtags before I make it into the manhole to make sure my Vine is properly distributed through the internet stratosphere? I don't know. Honey, what are you thinking about? Tetris. So it's a lie for the good of humanity. It really is. She's absolutely perfect in every way. We actually just celebrated our 4-month anniversary. So you're like, that's a really low number. I'm like, that's a high number for me. I'm winning my own race. So, but I feel like I kind of cheapened the experience because I had to set a reminder on my phone. It's kind of cheating. It's like I got a buzz last week and it said, hey, you need a new toothbrush. I said, don't forget your brother's birthday. Also, the person you care most about the world, you've been with her for 4 months, you should say hi. Back in the day, you would count the number of moons that had passed in their full phase on the wall, using your fingernails to claw at the wall, with a lock of her hair spit stained to the wall. And if you wanted to see her, you had to get in a canoe for 3 months. And if you were lucky, you didn't get cholera on the way over. And your final words would be, yes, I want to go to the dance with you, and then you die. That's why people got married at 16. You weren't going to last that long. But, no, she's really special. She's not like all these... Who reads Cosmo? Thank God. Okay. That is the stupidest fucking magazine I have ever heard of. Okay? I got it for research. Read an article. I was trying to see what I was supposed to be into. And apparently what I like is to have my genitals lightly dusted with a makeup brush. Okay. I can guarantee you I spend less money on my genitalia than you do on makeup. I have seen how much that costs. And also, I fool around. I have a hairbrush. I kind of like, and it didn't do anything for me. If you're going to spend all that money, I mean, what are you going to do, dust for fingerprints? You're just going to find mine. It's like CSI my groin. Well, looks like he's got some Cajun seasoning on his hands and his crotch. Looks like a bad case of jerk chicken. Yeah! But she doesn't read that magazine, and she's perfect and wonderful. She, I think the two biggest reasons I know that I really care about her and I love her, when I imagine her really old, like 80s, 90s, it makes me really happy to imagine like her being in the world that long. As opposed to most old people are just these like wrinkly, angry scrotums, just like, back in my day we hated everything and we liked it. She's this wondrous human being. And second reason is the other day I was brushing my teeth at her house and she walked up to pinch me on the bum, but her hand kind of bowling balled and she just fingered me right in the asshole. And I learned very quickly what my rape reaction is like. It's not very effective. I just kind of like collapse on the floor. Removing my anus from the situation as far as possible. I mean, if I was a rapist, I'd be like, well, you did half the work for me. Can you turn over? But no, as I lied there prostrate on the ground in fear of unwanted penetration, she looked down at me. And keep in mind, she's in her underwear, which she looks great in. And she looks at me, like as I cover my bum, and she says, anytime, motherfucker. And then struts her hot little ass out of the bathroom. And I'm pretty sure that's the number one reason I love her. She's awesome. But yeah, being in a relationship made me really scared of babies. I don't want kids right now. Maybe ever. I don't know. But kids are kind of. Woo! Yeah. No kids. Hysterectomy. 2013. I don't know. It's not an election year. Can a surgical, if a dog can run for mayor, maybe a surgical operation can run for the presidency. Yes. I would go for anything that takes out cancer over hysterectomy before sidetrack. I was talking about babies. Fuck. Oh yeah. Okay, so old people, whenever they get old, all their friends die. Or they do before their friends if they're lucky. But when you're a baby, all your friends are being born. That's really cool. Like when you finally have another friend, you can talk about all the babies that are coming up. Like, hey man, you hear about Denny? He's coming up? He's like, yeah. I hope he likes getting keys jangled in front of his face. That is one thing I am really good at. Did you hear about Bryce? He sounds kind of mean. He absorbed his twin in the womb. I don't think he's going to want to share his toys. Did you hear about Sarah? Yeah, Sarah was born by cesarean section. Lazy. Now her mom can only wear a one-piece. Like, that's the worst thing that can happen to a woman. Her swimsuit choices have been severely limited. Oh, what a tragedy. Thank God she doesn't live in Botswana where they like castrate females. Like, oh no, she has to wear a one-piece suit. She's going to get a weird tan line. Oh, the pity, the anguish, the sorrow. But I mean, the C-section is kind of bad. Like okay, whatever. The my dad, he worries about the most random things. Like my mom, if I've been out too late when I'm visiting home, she's like, "Where are you? Are you dead? Are you alive?" Should I call the police? My dad will talk to me like once or twice a month, and he'll send me the most random advice. The most recent, and he sends me letters. I got a letter in the mail. I could tell it was a printout of an email because it had 50 little forward
icons on the top, but it was advice on how to ward off a bear attack. I mean, no, it seemed like good advice. What it said was, when you do see a bear, don't make eye contact. They're very territorial. Most of them are in gangs, and they grab whatever implements you can and make a lot of noise, and then shout as well. So you're like, ah! And that will terrify a 600-pound murder machine. Now, I don't think it's necessarily the bear's terrified, but maybe it's just very politically correct and doesn't feel comfortable eating the mentally handicapped. Okay, hey, boo, 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 don't go over there. No, that's not a picnic basket, that's a picnic bucket. Leave them alone. Bears are very culturally sensitive. That's what you need to take away from that. One animal I really don't like, just because I don't know how it justifies its own existence. Okay, so you go to Africa, and you're looking around this beautiful landscape in a savannah. You see splotches of green, brown, occasional blue puddle, and then suddenly out of nowhere, it's vertical stripes and a mohawk! How has a zebra done that for so long? Maybe a long, long time ago, there was an animal that was easily susceptible to migraines. And it died out long ago when plaid came into fashion. But ever since then, the only reason scientists can justify a zebra's camouflage is that it hides and dissembles their numbers. You don't know how many zebra there are. There's going to be at least one. The zebra comes sauntering in and sees the lion. Oh, what are you going to do, lion? Could be one of us. Could be 5. Could be 100,000 of us. Yeah, well, guess what? What? I only need one. And then the zebra is disemboweled. Circle of life. Savannah, we know what's going on. Another animal, I feel more pity for a whale than anything. Being a whale must be like having a job that starts really early in the morning. And all the other fish are like, hey man, you want to go check out that cool part of the coral reef over there? And he's like, no, I have to go up and breathe. Yeah, I have all the benefits of being a fish except for the one where you can survive naturally in the habitat in which you exist. And then there's the part of the day where somebody is dumb enough to ask a whale how he's doing. Hey, Charlie, what's going on? Well, it's been a long day. Jesus will be here for an hour. I know he was at work and he pulled a double. I do feel sorry for whales. Not as sorry for people that have to deal with frat guys. What a flawless transition. I've overheard some of the stupidest banter, if you can even call it that, between Greek life people. There was one in particular last week. Yo, man, I'm not a homophobe, you faggot. Is the cat in the box dead or alive? I don't know. Okay. This statement is false. We'll keep playing with that game. The best, I think one of the best ones though is these two guys were arguing. One went, hey man, what's your problem? You got sand in your vagina? Like, yeah, is it hurting your dick? They started making out. Right there. And that's when I learned why they keep their hats backwards, always ready to kiss. Bro makeout times ahoy. One thing I wish they would stop doing though is the whole no homo thing. I don't think it's gay to be like, hey man, that shirt really brings out your eyes and your personality and really compliments who you are as a beautiful human being. No homo. No, but there's plenty of other situations that need that little addendum with 2 syllables. Like, hey bro, can I borrow some change for the meter? No homo. Or hey man, can I get a ride? I borrowed a ring I want to return to somebody. No Frodo. Or like, oh my god guys, you should come check out my new El Camino. I got a sick paint job and some new rims. No Cholo. Oh my god, you want some coffee without any additives? No cocoa. That could really be explored a long time because there's so many homonyms of cocoa. Oh man, you really like that one? Fuck yeah. That's just for you. That's for bald wine guy. I only say that so you guys, you can't
evince just how wonderful a person he is from looking at him. I can, because I can see his smile, but you can't. You just see the top of his head. Is that wine, bros? Okay, yeah. I think if all of these life plans and dreams I have aren't really working out in the next few years, I'm just gonna cut off my left arm and become a bandit. Cause stay with me. Thank you, Jenn. Here's what it comes down to. I'm caught in the Louvre stealing a fancy piece of art. And they said, "Oh, we finally got him, the curly-headed bandit." I said, "Book him, Dano. Cuff him." I'm like, to what? I was actually going to make a movie based on that entire premise, but the American Amputee Association was all up in arms. Which is really hard for them to do. They have to make sure there's an even number of people there. That was a math joke at its true core. Whatever. Although I do feel bad for them because they always get confused with AAA. And of all the people to call to help with a tire change, I know it's easy with two hands and both your legs. Tell me that's not true. Actually, no. Oh my God! One time in elementary school, this is right before Christmas break. They were just trying to fill the time between break and now. I was in 5th grade, and our school brought in these 2 paraplegic guys to give us a lecture on safety. So they had both been rendered paralyzed from the waist down due to an accident. And it was like a good cop, bad cop routine thing they had going. They wheeled in together, but not like friends. It wasn't like Bert and Ernie. Bert is sitting on Ernie, but Ernie can't feel Bert sitting on Ernie because he's paralyzed. They wheeled in. One of them was like, "Hey, you guys want to take a seat? We already brought ours." I've never seen somebody wheel with so much ire. I could see the veins popping in his hands and nothing going on in his legs. It's like, "Hey, you guys have any plans for the holidays? What do you want for Christmas?" "The use of my legs back!" "Calm down, Derek, you're scaring." "That's what I want! Wear a helmet everywhere." Until middle school, I wore a helmet. Which actually gives you a free bus ride, if you didn't know. If you're trying to save some money on your trip to middle school. One thing I did learn in my extra classes, a lot of battleships in the U.S. Navy are all named after famous political figures. USS Harry S. Truman or Abraham Lincoln, except for new Barack Obama. But none of them are named after authors, which certainly would have made the World War II theater a little more interesting, at least for the Germans. So, "Oh, Captain, was ist this? Auf the port bow." "But no, it's the USS Emily Dickens. Don't worry, they're all hiding in the bridge. Writing." "Okay, they're fine. No, do not, hold fire. They're going away." "Oh, no, to the starboard. What do I see? See USS Edgar Allan Poe? Don't worry, they've sunk themselves. And there's blood in the water everywhere." "No. Captain, we are done for. Captain, it's the USS Dr. Seuss. We are outnumbered. I count 1 ship, 2 ship, red ship, blue ship. What are we going to do?" Oh, that one. I really want to go spend a lot of time abroad. That way all of the films watched here in America suddenly become really cool and posh and foreign films. To be sitting in a bistro in Paris and friends like, "Mathieu, have you seen the latest epic by Jean-Claude Dupont chronicling the struggle out of a coal miner to convince his father-in-law to accept the marriage between him and his..." No, Jean-Claude, I haven't. That sounds like a dumb movie. You know what I have seen? It was an indie flick that killed at Sundance, chronicling the life and times of a minority family in the heart of the Southeast struggling to make ends meet. It's called Medea Goes to Jail 2. Got the jury award at Sundance. Actually, no, the one thing I don't like about movies is the subtitles. In particular, the attention paid to soundtracks. So if you live in the land of the hearing and the sighted, you get to enjoy the full scope of the film. If you're deaf, fuck you. Because what they do is they take more than A lot of people say a good movie is 80% sound. And they take the orchestral soundtrack, they hired a man to sit in a room with all the instruments and said, make us cry. And then he got all the people who play instruments in a room and said, make me cry. And they all started crying. And they went home, and they played all their instruments as long as they possibly can. The first violin sat there. And he was like, I'm going to be the best first violin ever. And he practiced for 12 hours a day until his fingers bled. And then the cellists did the same. Everybody came back. They put in that sorrow and that sadness, and they made beautiful music. And then they recorded the music, made sure it matched the emotional overtones of the film, made sure everything matched perfectly, made sure it was beautiful. And then you know what the guys who made the Def track did? Boop, boop. You get 2 little music notes, and that's it. For every single film, Rocky, Chariots of Fire, every other movie ever made. That's all you get, no matter what the soundtrack. Not like 3 musical notes, not 1 musical note. Rocky's running up the steps. Boop, boop. Chariots of Fire, climactic scene. Everyone's running on the beach. Da, 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 da. All your friends that can hear like, oh my God, this is perfect. This is it. Like, I don't know what's going on. I can't follow your movie. I mean, we all know about the advancements made in sing-along technology. I'm a little teapot short. And we can add that in to films. Da, 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 da. Yung, 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 yung. I get it! This movie's perfect! Make it fair for everybody. And you know, if you find that joke offensive because you used to be deaf, congratulations. And if you're trying to explain to your deaf friend why that's offensive, good luck. Oh, really? But well, the thing is, you sound funny. Oh, really? Well, you're kind of a dick. But no, I try to be fair. I do. And I'm actually, one of my biggest goals in life is to improve race relations. I really work hard on that. Actually, the other day, a black guy walked by my car. I unlocked the doors. And then he shot me. He shot me a concerned look. And then he stabbed me. With that piercing gaze of his. He said, "Good sir, go on your way." And he put on his top hat, got on his giant Victorian bicycle, and rode out into the sunset. Because that joke took place in the Industrial Revolution of England. Guys, y'all have been a lot of fun. Y'all have been so much fun. Please get over again for Jenn Snyder, Joe Coughlin, Daniel Renedo, Topher Riddle. You guys are wonderful. We do this every Friday night. There's a big show Monday night. Jared Harris, this guy's been on Comedy Central, CBS. If you read the Huffington Post, he has put words on that website in the form of articles, and you should read them. He's going to be here Monday. Hell yeah. And we're still going to have wine on Monday. There we go. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. Y'all are wonderful. Have a good night.
Hey, damn, you're the feature. There's still some more show. All right, give it up for Matt LaBorde.
Good job, y'all. Didn't he kill it tonight? He killed it tonight. He's not just another pretty face. That's why we keep him around. Joe, we keep around to eat the people we don't like.
Because it makes you laugh while you do it.
Oh, wow. That's a tall guy. All right. I want to thank everybody that came out tonight. I want to give it up for all the comics that were here. Joe Coughlin. Daniel the Renedo. Topher Riddle, who was truly fabulous this evening. It really was. And one more time for your headliner, y'all. Give it up for Matt LaBorde, everybody. Thank y'all so much for coming out. We'll see y'all next Friday for Feature Friday.